Hi, welcome to Audiobook Academy. This is a self-paced audiobook. There's no need to keep an eye on things. Just pay attention. Thank you for taking the time to listen. This is an audiobook summary of Spencer Johnson's Who Moved My Cheese? Is a novel. Who Moved My Cheese? Is a humorous cautionary tale about the dangers of complacency and the importance of embracing change. It is a quick and entertaining read, but it offers little that you haven't already read elsewhere. Who Moved My Cheese, and Why? In which four characters search for cheese in a maze, with cheese serving as a metaphor for what we want in life, is a parable about growth and change. Throughout the story, the four imaginary characters, the mice Sniff and Scurry, and the little people Hem and Haw are meant to represent the simple and complicated aspects of ourselves. Whatever aspects of ourselves we choose to employ, we all have one thing in common, the desire to find our way through the maze and achieve success in a changing world. They are four characters who live in a dark and intricate maze, each searching for their own special cheese to nourish them. Sniff, Scurry, Hem, and Haw are four characters who live in a dark and elaborate maze, each searching for their own special cheese to nourish them. Sniff and Scurry, the mice, employ a straightforward trial-and-error approach to locating cheese. Using their clever brains to invent more advanced techniques for locating cheese, the two little people, Hem and Haw, are able to accomplish their goal. However, as a result of Hem and Haw's religious beliefs, their emotions frequently take over and cloud their ability to see clearly, making life in the maze overly complicated and challenging. In Cheese Station C, one morning, both mice and little people discover their favorite variety of cheese at the end of one of the passageways that leads to the facility's main entrance. Every morning after that, the mice make their way over to the location to feast, rising up early each morning and using the same route each day, therefore developing a routine in their behavior. Hem and Haw were also known to rush to Cheese Station C every morning in the beginning. But with time, the two little people become more and more tardy in their arrivals, knowing that the cheese will always be there. The mice arrive at Cheese Station C one morning and discover that there is no cheese to be found. They aren't surprised in the least. Since Sniff and Scurry have noticed that the supply of cheese is diminishing on a daily basis, the mice have prepared for the inevitable and are aware of their options. The problem, as well as the solution, are both straightforward to the mice. The situation at Cheese Station C has shifted dramatically recently. Sniff and Scurry come to the conclusion that they must change. They're gone in pursuit of new cheese in the maze before you can say new cheese. Meanwhile, Hem and Haw, who have been completely oblivious to the minute changes that occur throughout the day, arrive at Cheese Station C. Both of them are adamant about not accepting that the cheese is no longer there. Angry by what they perceive to be injustice in the scenario, the two argue about how such a situation could have occurred in the first place. Haw advises that they go on a hunt for new cheese, but Hem is not interested. While Hem and Haw contemplate their options, Sniff and Scurry venture further into the maze, where they come across Cheese Station N, which contains the largest supply of cheese the mice have ever encountered. Meanwhile, Hem and Haw are becoming increasingly dissatisfied with their circumstances and begin to blame each other. Haw offers yet another quest for new cheese, this time prompted by the mice. Hem, on the other hand, is comforted by his familiar routine and dismisses the idea yet again. After a period of denial, the little people decide to go without cheese, growing weaker and weaker with each passing day as a result of hunger. At long last, Haw laughs at himself after realizing that he and Haw are both guilty of doing the same things over and over again and wondering why things don't improve. Haw enters the maze with the knowledge that he has finally learned to laugh at himself, let go, and move on. But not before chiseling the words "if you do not change, you may become extinct" into the wall of Cheese Station C for his friend to consider. Throughout the next several days, Haw comes across a few pieces of cheese here and there, but nothing that is particularly tasty. The cheese at Cheese Station C had not vanished overnight, as Haw had previously believed, as he reflects on the events of the past year. Instead, the amount of cheese that had been available at the end had been diminishing, despite the fact that he was still in denial about what was about to happen. Haw makes the decision that he will be more alert from now on. He expects change to occur and actively seeks it out, and he will rely on his fundamental instincts to recognize when change will occur and adapt as necessary. After a series of empty cheese stations, Haw overcomes his apprehensions and decides to return for Hem with the few pieces of new cheese he has discovered. In response to his friend's request to leave, Hem states that he does not think new cheese is a good match for him. "It's different from what I'm used to. The cheese I used to have is gone, and I'm not going to change until I get my hands on it again." Haw is dejected when he returns to the farthest point he had reached in the maze, but he feels stronger than ever, secure in the knowledge that he is no longer allowing fear to dictate his actions. After discovering a few small pieces of cheese here and there, Ha creates a trail of writings on the wall to help him clarify his own thinking as well as serve as a marked trail for him in the event that he decides to leave Cheese Station C at some point. Hem comes across Cheese Station N, which is stocked with a variety of cheeses, including some new varieties, and runs into his old friends Sniff and Scurry. Immediately following his meal, Hem considers returning to Cheese Station C to see if he can show Ha how to get out of his predicament, but he quickly realizes that he has already attempted to persuade his friend to change his mind. Hem realizes that Ha must forge his own path, one that takes him beyond his comfort zone and beyond his fears. There is no one else who can do it for him or persuade him to do it. He has to be able to see the benefits of changing himself in some way. Hem finds the largest wall in Cheese Station N and writes on it, "I found the largest wall in Cheese Station N." Change takes place. They're keeping the cheese moving. Prepare for the unexpected. Take preparation for the cheese to move. Monitor change. Make a habit of smelling the cheese to determine when it is past its prime. Adapt to change as soon as possible. The sooner you get rid of your old cheese, the sooner you can enjoy your new cheese change experience. Make your move along with the cheese. Take pleasure in change. Take time to savor the adventure and appreciate the taste of new cheese. Be prepared to change your mind and enjoy it once more. They're keeping the cheese moving. In the meantime, Ha hears what he believes to be the sound of movement outside the maze, and as the noise grows louder, he realizes that someone is approaching. Ha prays and hopes, as he has done so many times before, that Hem has finally found the path that he has been looking for. Who moved my cheese, and why? The most important takeaways. There is a difference between being active and being productive. Getting out of your comfort zone makes it easier to adjust to new situations. The fear that you allow to accumulate in your mind is far more dangerous than the situation that currently exists. It is only when you change your beliefs that you can change your actions. The quickest way to change is to laugh at your own foolishness, then you can let go and move on with little difficulty. You must find your own path, one that takes you beyond your comfort zone and beyond your fears. There is no one else who can do it for you or convince you to do it. You must be able to see the benefits of altering your behavior. To be aware of your true options rather than to isolate yourself in your comfort zone is safer. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in next audiobook.